Once upon a time, in a small town, a philosophy professor, famous for his unique teaching methods, paid a special visit to a primary school. He carried a large, empty glass jar under his arm, which immediately piqued the kids' curiosity. They knew this day would be different from their usual school days. The professor set the jar on a table, his eyes filled with a playful mystery. From under the table, he produced a pile of large stones, each about the size of a fist. He carefully placed these stones into the jar one by one until it was full. Then he turned to the class and asked, "Is this jar full?" Seeing that no more stones could fit, the students nodded and replied, "Yes." However, the professor wasn't done. He then pulled out a bag of pebbles and began pouring them into the jar. The pebbles, much smaller than the stones, filled the gaps between the stones. Again, he asked, "Is this jar full now?" Some students started to catch on, hesitating, but many agreed, saying, "Yes, now it's full." Still, the professor wasn't finished. He took out a bag of sand and poured it into the jar. The tiny grains filled all the remaining spaces between the stones and pebbles. For the third time, he asked, "Is the jar full now?" This time, the students, understanding his point, responded, "Probably not." Finally, the professor pulled out a jug of water and poured it into the jar, saturating the sand. Only then did he confirm that the jar was indeed full. He looked at his students and explained the lesson. He used the jar as a metaphor for life. The stones represented the most important things: family, health, and friends. These were the elements that, even if everything else was lost, would keep your life fulfilling. The pebbles symbolized other important things like your job, house, and car. The sand represented the small stuff and trivial tasks in life. The professor emphasized the importance of placing the stones first. If you filled your life with sand or pebbles, the trivial and secondary things, there would be no room for the important things. He urged the students to prioritize their family, health, and dreams over daily routines and trivialities. He explained that focusing on the small stuff leaves no space for the things that genuinely matter in life. In the end, the professor encouraged his students to let their lives be driven by what enriches their spirit, fulfills their soul, and matters the most. The lesson was to focus on the stones, as they carry the most weight in the jar of life and define its value and meaning. A thoughtful student asked about the water and its place in life. The professor smiled and explained that water represented the small moments of joy, relaxation, and connection with others. These moments were essential, no matter how full your life seemed. The core message was to balance your life by prioritizing what truly matters, nurturing your relationships, caring for your well-being, pursuing your dreams, and making room for unexpected moments of joy and connection. It wasn't about having a busy life, but about living a fulfilling life rich with meaningful experiences.